YTPC, it's your Uncle Butter coming right back at you. It's a bit overdue, I know. Craziness of the holidays is well over and whatnot, but I had a bad dental situation I went through. I've had almost no problems with my teeth my entire existence. I broke a tooth and I had to have it surgically removed, which was just wonderful. Just wonderful. So then I couldn't smoke for a little bit. Now I'm getting back in a little bit these last couple of days, being able to be on house party a little bit and kind of be around. But that was not very fun. But I wanted to share some yabos that I got during that time. I did try and shoot a VR to those, and it just didn't work out. The sound quality, for whatever reason, was really bad. So I went and got myself a fancy dancy lapel mic. Hope that's working. But anyways, first yabo came from Derek Sedlak, and he sent me a wonderful box of tobacco, like just samples and even like a check tool and a gift card. It was a very, very nice box. And Derek, I thank you very much for it. I'll definitely be smoking a pretty good this winter because of that box, and going through some of the better stuff that I've got over the last couple months. So I feel like I'm really set now. Like I don't have to worry. So set up. If you haven't subscribed to his channel, please do so. I'll try and remember to leave a link in the as the Billy Goat says, root cellar basement ashtray comment section. No, not comment, discussion section, or whatever they call it, down below. Second package came from a man that basically needs no introduction. One of the nicest gentlemen in the YTPC, certainly one of the most generous, and that is, of course, your Ole Berg. Berg sent me a tin of old Sammy G's Samuel Galloway's Cabby's mixture, which I hadn't tried, and I'm very, very much looking forward to doing a review with the Billy Goat Ghost Cob on that one. But the real thing he sent me was, if I can find it, oh, here it is. I had it laid out. Was this really beautiful Dagner Churchwarden. And just what a beautiful pipe. Paneled sides. I'll try and leave some pictures. Hunter green stem. Came with two, a curved and a straight stem. Nice deep bowl. Beautiful, beautiful craftsmanship, as is with most, or if not all, Dagner products. So it just looks like a solid smoker. So Berg, thank you very much for that. I hope you're doing well. I hope everyone's having a really great New Year so far. But man, your generosity is something else, and I can't thank you enough for it. Very much looking forward to it. So, and if you haven't subscribed to Berg for whatever reason, you found me first, which would be some weird aberration of the logarithm of YouTube, go ahead and go over to Ole Berg immediately. Stop watching this video and go watch his. Another person that you should subscribe to, if you haven't already, would be Sean and Billy Goat Ghost Cob, just Ghost Cob. And anyway, he got me a very nice Christmas present that I thought I might show off, and that is this pipe roll. Oh, I see the monsters might be coming in. This pipe roll, he had it made. He didn't make it himself, but he had it made for me, and I can't remember the guy's name. Maybe Patriot Piper, I forget. I apologize. Just enough to put a pipe, tamper, lighter, and a little bit of tobacco in. It's great. It's going to be wonderful. So I thank you for that, Sean. I really appreciate that. I don't know if he showed off on his channel the tamper I made him, but it's a very, very unique one. So Thursdays, excuse me, Of course, drinking a little coffee. I saw a thing today that says magic is real, because I drink a potion of beans that brings me back to life every day. It's very true. So Thursdays and Sundays we have this Cigar Club, basically, that's centered around people that knew a gentleman by the name of Steve Grow. And he was a younger guy. He passed away. He was a dear friend of ours. Sean worked with him for a long time. Oh, his best friend Jeremy is a kind of a member, and our another friend that's in there. And anyway, this other friend whose name is John, his wife is a kind of a crafty person. She's crafty and she's crafty, but she does wonderful custom artwork, basically. And she made me this beautiful tabletop. I don't know how well you'd be able to see it, but it's basically cigar bands suspended in resin. And if you notice, it's got a stick of butter and a corncob pipe. So it's supposed to be a tabletop, and it was supposed to kind of go next to me here, but I just couldn't stand to put anything on that resin. It just was so beautiful. So I have it as a wall hanging currently, but just a beautiful piece of art. And I thank you for that person who made that, who I'm not going to say your name to embarrass, but I love you very dearly. Fourth thing that I wanted to mention to you was what turned out to be a trade. Started as a interrogation, or maybe just a annoyance to our good friend Chris, the Pike Miner. I had hounded him for a long time about this pipe. Now, he's kind of been getting into pipe making, and I think he's doing a fine job. But he, like I, is pretty critical of his own work. I think that's a good quality. And Chris, I think it is a good quality that you're critical of work, or any pipe maker, or any craftsman of any kind is critical of work. I remember the lady who made this tabletop she told me she spent about 4 hours trying to get the bubbles out of the resin, because one of the knots in the wood kept basically trapped air was getting out and putting a ugly looking bubbles. So she was over and over and over, time and time and time. Of course that elongates the drying time, a lot, because you're heating it up and liquefying, and heating up and liquefying, So being critical of your work as a craftsman is nothing that I am alien, or it's not foreign to me. But at any rate, he made this little mortar pipe, and I hounded him about it because I thought it was a beautiful little pipe. And he says, no, I'll never, ever in a million years give that to you, Uncle Butter. And I was like, okay, well, how about I buy it from you then? And he's like, I can't possibly sell it. I'm like, okay, I understand that. So, like, every hour on the hour, seemingly, or many hours of conversation, I would say, so when you put that pipe in a package of Cash Town? Well, no, I'm just not going to do that. No, don't worry about it. So, why not, ye ask? Well, he had a little bit of a bad day, and he cracked the the shank. And I work at thousandths of an inch, and it's barely noticeable. I mean, can I see it? Yeah, I can see it, because it's resined back together, but if you weren't really looking, you couldn't see it. So he felt a little bad about sending it to me, so I talked him into sending it to me, and then he said, well, what would make me feel better if we traded? So we got to trade. Obviously, this half is done, my half's still in process, but little mortar pot. It's a beautiful, maybe a little short billiard. I don't know what you would classify it as, but it's a beautiful little pipe. And I've got it packed up with some Northwoods, and I wanted to light it off. Never get tired of that old Northwoods, I'll tell you that. Chris, it smokes like a dream. I don't know if you said it, you were worried about how it would smoke, or just the fact that it was a little mechanically wrong, but it's like the perfect shape for, it's the perfect pocket shape. Looked real good in that pipe roll the Billy Goat gave me. But yeah, it's kind of interesting because a lot of us are very, very critical of the work that we do, and I'm sure you know, even some bigger name guys are critical of their work, and I think that's good because it kind of keeps you sharp. So it's Pike Miner. It's not pipe drywaller. It's not pipe machinist. It's not pipe painter. It's Pike Miner. So obviously he works at a mine, and every once in a while he comes across some rocks that have some crystal in it. So he sent me some of them as well. I was looking to have some of them, and he sent some along, which is very nice, and I appreciate that. He also sent some of an Englishman, Vavin 22. I think that's how I say it, or Wavin 22 or Vavin 22. I smoked a lot of it already. It's fantastic. A blend that I didn't know anything about for some reason. Not that I know everything under the tobacco sun, but at any rate. Why it's a big deal that I have this pipe is it's kind of like it's a piece of art. And as I kind of think of pipes as art, I kind of think of them, in the way you do think about more standard art, like, the Mona Lisa or Starry Night or, The Last Supper. I mean, these are enduring works of art. I mean, this is an enduring work of art. It'll be around for a while. We're just kind of stewards. And I thought, first of all, I thought that kind of be a neat name for a pipe club, Stewards of the Pipe or Stewards of the Briar or something like that. I can see that coming. And if somebody comes up with that, you heard it here first. But I thought, as you're kind of being the stewards of these pipes and this stuff that goes around with it, the tampers and the bags and the tabletops and all this wonderful stuff, you kind of add something to that. I suppose you add a little bit of yourself into everything, and without getting like off some weird hippy dippy tangent. I just kind of thought of a saying that I think it kind of encompasses that thought for me. And I don't know if anyone else has ever said this or not, but the saying is, the truth is in the smoke. The truth is in the smoke. And it's like the truth of, I suppose what I mean is the truth of yourself is in the smoke, and the truth of the quality of the tobacco is in the smoke. Like the proof is in the pudding or whatnot. But I thought that would be an interesting thing to meditate on, and I thought maybe it would be a neat little discussion point to kind of get going. What do you guys think of that? Do you think that you add something to the pipe, and if so, what do you kind of add of yourself to that? Why is that? Why do you think that is? More so than a lot of other things, like Sean and I are big cigar smokers. You get done with a cigar, it's done. You have to care for a pipe as if it's a piece of equipment. I will maintain my arms, my weapons, and myself. I will maintain my pipe, my tamper, and my lighter. It's kind of a piece of equipment. What do you guys think of that? Do you think that's a truism? Do you think the truth is in the smoke? Because I really do. And as you're smoking, you're sitting here being contemplative or contemplative, however you want to say that, you're adding almost something metaphysical to the smoke. I know this sounds kind of dumb, but it's like you take a puff and you're thinking about your kids or your wife or your job or what call got missed in the NFL or whatnot, and you're just kind of adding that, and the smoke kind of carries that away and embodies that, or somehow grabs a hold of that and kind of fills the space up. So it's almost like a physical representation of your emotional whatever. I know this is like way not the kind of topics that we normally talk about, but I just thought it was interesting. The truth is in the smoke. So when you're out there in the universe, trying not to hurt any situations that you can't help, just realize that the truth is in the smoke. Anyway, It's great to be back. It's great to finally have these stitches out of my mouth. And looking forward to seeing you more often. Get out there, sub a newbie, do a VR, hang out on house party, go to a pipe meetup, be good, and as Berg always says, be kind to one another. So, Uncle Butter signing out.